Shalom, Makia. I want to start out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth, and also the breast that teaches word and sincerity. Come back at you with a quick lesson, just to basically talk about how, this is the new normal, So this is from an article from NBCChicago.com. It says Chicago announces indoor mask mandates for all regardless of water status. Yeah, you have certain brothers talk about lockdowns, in the situation of the world right now, because you have places like Australia, which is in a lockdown, full lockdown. You have places like Canada, which is in a lockdown. I believe places in the UK, also, so expect, the America, that you've seen before Crown Royal 19. That's not Salakia. That's not finna go back to the way it was. So it says Chicago announces indoor mask mandates for all regardless of water status. It says the city of Chicago announced Tuesday an indoor mask mandate for all individuals 2 years and older regardless of water status beginning Friday, August 20th. With the highly transmittable causing case rates to increase. Now it's the time to reinstitute this measure to prevent further spread and save lives. And we know in actuality they're not trying to save lives, because at the end of the day it's about compliance and control. That these devils are trying to gain. Basically being the Most High. This is what this whole agenda is basically all about. Trying to become like the Most High and basically have control over all the world. So expect this, this is the new normal until this place is destroyed. It says we continue to track the data closely and are hopeful that, hopeful this will only be temporary and can bend the curve as we done in the past. According to hourly masks are required in all indoor public settings, including bars and restaurants, gyms, common areas of condos, and multi-residential buildings and private clubs. And you have to understand also, places, I believe, New York City, and I believe also, I forget the city in California. I believe it's San Diego, don't quote me, but those, you have to be watered, just to enter things like restaurants, gyms, or any, type of restaurant, you have to be watered. In certain places like Chicago, they're having mask mandates. And soon, talking about Revelation 13 and 16, soon the whole world is going to, come into compliance with that whole, NWO agenda. You have to, you basically have to have a certain status in society, just to basically live in society. First with the whole water situation, and ultimately through the RFID, which is the MARK, the MOTB. So let me get a precept. I'm not trying to talk too long. Like I said, this is the new normal. But this is Isaiah 10:1, because what? You have these devils, passing these different unrighteous laws. So this is Isaiah 10:1. Woe, woe means destruction. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right, this is an unrighteous decree. That the word decree go back into law. It's an unrighteous decree, an unrighteous law. Basically forcing people, to put things in their body, that they don't want to, And we know what's in the whole water situation. It's different articles, people basically exposing, the whole waters, and they're telling people you have to get this water to basically function in society. Going back to the whole, mass situation. This is the new normal. So I'm going to read it again. It's Isaiah 10:1. One to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, this is what the devil, is doing. That's why Job 9:24, says what it says. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, roughly paraphrasing. Only the wicked is doing this. I'm going to read a little bit more. It says Chicago was averaging 419 new cases per day as of Monday, according to city data, which is all lies. Because it was one article basically saying that a lot of the hospitals, are over capacity or whatever the case may be. But You know, it's a lot of reports coming around of the different people that live in these cities. You know, that the hospitals are mainly empty. You know, the metric was up to 347 a week before having grown by 21% in the past week. The figure is also more than 12 times the low of 34. 12 times the low of 34 that the city saw in late June before cases began to rise again, but remained slower than the more than 700 new cases per day the city was seeing at the peak of the last surge earlier this year. And this is basically an agenda, you know, to basically push, you know, what I read back in Isaiah 10:1, those unrighteous decrees, you know. So this is 2nd Esdras 15-16. For there shall be sedition among men, because in some countries, you know, you have people, you know, that's going against the whole waters, you know, the whole, you know, I don't want to say the word because I don't want this video to get taken down. You know, you have, you know, the citizens, you know, uprising against their government. So 2nd Esdras 15-16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. That's happening over there in you know, I believe France right now, you know, and other places also. Australia, like I mentioned at the start of the lesson, you know, this is the new normal. Things are not going to calm down. Things are going to escalate, you know, further, you know, with the whole mask mandates, you know, being back into effect. People thinking, you know, if they get water that this whole situation will end, you know. People going against their governments and different things like that. And we're soon to see this also. This is 2nd Esdras 15-17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? What is that talking about? You know, it's going to be soon. You know, martial law. You know, declared. If you've seen the trailer to the movie called Songbirds, you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about. You know, you won't be able to, because in Australia right now, you know, people can't even leave their house. And and people do leave their house, you know, they're being followed, you know, they're being, you know, closely watched. And this is what's coming, you know. So 2nd Esdras 15-17, man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? And they're going to have set up checkpoints, different things like that. You know, you're going to be, you know, all eyes are going to be on you. You know, you're going to be a suspect, you know. And if you try to go against, you know, the system, you know, they're going to try to come after you. You know, you're not going to be able to go to a city, enter into a city or exit a city. And that's the times we're coming into, you know, with all these mandates and different things like that. And I'll close out by saying this is the new normal, you know. You know, so Lord, I hope this lesson was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone who taught me the truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the earth. And also the blessed to teach the word in sincerity. You know, Lord, I hope this is edifying. And Lord, I come back with another lesson soon. Shalom.